Like when you squeeze, you want to like, it's from the top
Here's
to the
the
bottom.
nipple.
So you want to like squeeze from the top to the bottom.
Okay.
And
Ooh.
then push out.
All right, come down, man. Have a seat. I'm going to take a picture of you in your outfit for my... This is legit, man. I'm telling you.
But
So, planning for a wedding. Well, first off, let's start with how you proposed. How did you propose to your woman?
how did I propose?
Yes.
Shoot, there was a build up on that one. But start off with, she's always wanted a mule. She always wanted to own a mule of her very own. So I let her pick one out. She ended up finding one. I helped her go purchase it. And we don't have a horse trailer yet. We're still working on that part. And but I know her favorite trail riding spot.
Uh-huh.
So I took her out there, try to get her, I don't know, get the scene, the setting, kind of crossing my fingers for a sunny day.
Uh-huh.
And I asked a good friend of mine to hide out in one of the bushes with her Canon photographer.
Almost sounds like a murder that's about to happen. Keep going, keep going.
So she always tells me, actually.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. She says I'm just in it for the insurance money. But
Yeah. Yeah, so your photographer friend was hiding in the bush.
yeah, so she was hiding out. And let's see. We just we were out there kind of early. We went out and were riding on the back side of that trail, on a different side of the trail anyways, before I went over to the point of execution, essentially. And we were out there for, I don't know, maybe 3 hours before my friend showed up. But we stayed in touch, ended up wandering on over to the spot. I can't remember the name of the location, but it was nice. Turned out really nice. The spot was down by a little river on some rocks. The waterbed had dried up halfway, so we were able to go down on a little bit of the waterbed. And my friend was hiding up behind some tall grass and some trees. She was able to get a good angle on it, though. It was nice.
You mind if I share those photos?
Sure. Yeah, I'll send them to you.
All right. I'll just pull them from your Facebook.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got more in my phone than I do my Facebook.
Oh, okay.
I didn't post everything.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm not very social media savvy.
Gotcha.
I tend not to. I try to keep myself pretty low profile on my profile.
Oh, that's great.
Try to.
So she said yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So you got off your horse?
I got off my horse. I got him lined up where it was like we were facing each other. But you could still see like there was a bridge in the background, and then you could see the river, like a little bit of a waterfall. It wasn't really like a big waterfall. It was just like the water kind of had like a white rapid right there, but it's close enough to a waterfall. But it's sunny. The sun was in a good angle where we were all both lit up on it. It's a good backlighting with all the other plants and everything was pretty nice too. Not too bright, not too dark.
Like the perfect day then, huh?
Yeah, it turned out perfect.
Yeah.
Couldn't have gone really any better. And so she was able to take her mule out there. And yeah, so I proposed to her while she was still riding her mule. So that was fun. Honestly, I think it was probably the best way she could have had it done, because she'd always dreaded the idea of having like a big public engagement.
Oh, gotcha.
She always wanted to be just kind of isolated, her and I.
Oh,
somewhere. Wasn't like,
that's awesome, man.
the only people that knew were just her family that could celebrate with her. Yeah, she's
Gotcha.
just a small town girl, and she's doesn't really like being all big and fancy, which is good for me.
Yeah, that's your type of kind of woman, right?
Yeah, I can only get so fancy. That's for sure.
So before you did all this, you already told her her family, or you didn't tell anybody?
Oh, I told her family.
Okay.
I led up to that whole thing. So
Oh, gotcha.
I let her sister know
Uh-huh.
first. First, her mother and her sister were the first two to know that I was going to. I hadn't had a date yet set at the time, but I was looking at rings. And one thing that I did know was that if I was going to get a ring, that I had to have approval from the sister on the ring.
Oh, okay, okay.
So when I bought the ring, I made sure she came out and was like the inspector of.
Oh, okay.
Before I made the final payment. So I went out and saw it myself the first time. I went out and saw it the first time by myself, and then the second time was like, well, I feel like I want to purchase this, but I have to have someone come out and check it out for me.
Yeah.
So he obliged and was able to, or was more than happy to come out again and show off the ring. He was even willing to help us out. Like, the ring that they were selling us was like $8,000.
Wow.
$7,000. But he sold it to me. He had it marked up. He had it marked for $1,000.
Uh-huh.
And then he actually ended up selling it to me for $800.
Wow.
Which was really nice. Really nice of that guy. And guess what they were doing? They were a couple of traveling nurses, him and his wife.
Okay, okay.
So they make pretty good amounts of money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they were more than happy, more than thrilled to help out somebody else, it seemed like.
Oh, that's great.
And
if you ever want to buy me a ring, I'm a size 8.5. All right.
All right, sounds good. 8.5. I'll have to remember that one.
Yeah.
Shoot, I don't even know what size I am.
Well, you better find out, man.
But I know I'm not a 5, that's for sure.
Yeah, 5. That's so tiny.
Yeah. So which happened to be, that was another thing about the ring. It was like, the ring was even like perfect size.
Oh, wow.
It fit her perfectly. We didn't have to get anything changed on it.
It was meant to be, huh?
The only thing I did want to do was unsolder it, because it's still got the engagement ring and the wedding band.
Oh, together, yes.
But what I could try and do is try and save up for another band.
Uh-huh.
That matches the original.
Gotcha.
And then use that one as the one and just solder them together. So it comes a little bit wider, so it's like 3 strands.
Oh, nice.
But it makes it all kind of match. That's what I was thinking. I
Yeah.
might try and do.
Okay. I think that'd be a very romantic gesture.
I'm thinking so. It would.
Yeah.
It'd be, because I mean, you gotta still have a band. You can't just use the engagement ring.
Yeah.
And the band.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I don't want to get it unsoldered, because it'll end up damaging that ring.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But yeah, so that's been. Shoot, it's been. Well, not really a long time coming, but I've been patient for the right woman, I think.
Yeah.
So it's. I mean, I've only
I've known you for a minute now, and yeah, you've been very patient. So.
Well, I mean, I was single 3 years after my first girlfriend, so and I didn't get into a relationship until I was 20. So that was
That's awesome, man.
I don't usually date just for the fun of it.
Yeah, yeah.
If there's gonna be some dating going on, it's gonna be something serious. I gotta have a special interest, and there's gotta be a reason that we're there. It can't just be for fun. Yeah.
That's great.
Playing with people's hearts is no game.
That's true, man. You know, I really like that moral that you have. You know, it really speaks volume of your character and the person you are. You know, this is actually who you are all the time. You know what I mean? So that's great. So she's a cowgirl, and you're not, and you're just a beginning cowboy.
Absolutely, I am far from being to standard, to code. I am very much a work in progress.
Gotcha.
She's been living that life her whole life, as far as I know.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And it's just something that she's loved. I've loved it. I grew up in it a little bit, but not to the extent that I wish I would have.
Gotcha.
Like I've only ever gone to a few rodeos. Only ever rid several horses.
Yeah, yeah. So for anybody that doesn't know what a rodeo is, what is a rodeo?
Rodeo is essentially a bunch of Western style events that people will do on a ranch. So roping, bull riding, team roping, Yeah, another one that I really like that's called bulldogging,
Bulldogging. What's that?
where it's you have a guide that will keep you. So let's see, you chase the. Let me start from the beginning on that one.
Okay.
Okay. There's a bull and a chute.
Okay.
You got a person to the right of the bull or whichever side you're not jumping off of your horse from.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll kind of help keep that cow in line.
Gotcha.
Keep it in a straight line, so when you get up close to it, you can jump off, grab it by the horns, and then you'll drag your.
Oh, and then you wrestle it down.
Yeah, bull
Okay.
They call it bull wrestling.
Oh, okay, okay.
Or bulldogging. Either
Okay.
two. Yeah, so so you try to get it all the way down to the ground to where it's like flat on its side, off of its legs onto its side.
And is it timed? I mean, like what's the how do you win in that competition?
In that competition, your objective is to be the fastest.
Gotcha.
So the first one to get to the bull, first one to get on the horns and stop it and drop it on the ground.
Yeah. I would imagine size and having muscles would come into play there, or is it all about technique?
It's a little bit of both, really. Obviously, size and muscles is going to help you in the long run, because if the bull could pick you up with his neck, it's not going to be much help.
Yeah, no, you're done then.
So it'd be running off with you, and you're going to have to figure out a new strategy.
Yeah. So you've always known how to ride horses, or did you just recently pick it up, or?
I grew up riding them, but I didn't ever actually get like. Like I never rode in a saddle.
Gotcha.
I always rode bareback.
But
even then, I still didn't like understand the whole concept of like riding and moving with the horse, or how to. Because that was a lot of leg. Like when you ride bareback, you use a lot of leg. Which isn't good when you're riding.
That's where you got that booty from.
I don't know about.
Yeah. So, for new riders, right? Like, what's one of the helpfulest tips that you found that helped you out?
Shoot, in my experience so far, is
Yes.
don't use so much leg. That's where I usually get to the point where it's like a lot of people tense up. Or at least I do. I don't know about everybody else, but I definitely tense up when I get on a horse, which then causes me to squeeze my legs around the horse.
Oh, gotcha. So when you say
clothes.
you use too much leg, that you're squeezing your thighs together on the horse.
Right.
Gotcha. And
So
you said don't use leg, then don't squeeze them too much, right?
Right.
Okay.
The objective is to try to like stand in the stirrups and sit in the saddle without like touching the horse too much.
Gotcha.
Because when you touch the horse, you're giving them commands.
Oh.
So that's how they'll understand it. And if you're squeezing them, it gives them so many different commands all at once, they just panic.
Oh, shoot.
And yeah, I've had a few rough rides because I just don't know how to ride. To say the least. On just about every horse I get on, it's been about that way. I'm still learning on how to just ride properly. And it's a process. It's not like I haven't been practicing as much as I'd like to, because we got so many other things on the property I got to take care of.
Yeah.
But shoot, it's definitely an experience.
Now, is riding one of the requirements of your wife? Is she like, you have to be able to know how to do this. You have to be able to be my husband. You got to do this.
Probably. It's an unspoken.
Oh, gotcha.
It's an unspoken thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it. But
yeah. Shoot.
well, she already said yes. So whether I get there or not,
That's true. Say, hey.
she's already trapped.
Yeah. That's the end of that. Yeah. So last time you were talking about like the different kind of like superstitious stuff and like the culture behind being like traditions of being a cowboy. Is it called cowboy? What is it called? Like the actual terminology of it. You know,
Sure.
I don't really know.
I mean, you got ranchers, you got cowboys.
Gotcha.
Just depends on what you're trying, like what you're going for, essentially. Because if you like watch old Western movies, you got like, obviously you got the sheriff, you got the troubadours, you've got there's all kinds of different styles. You've got like got like the flat cap cowboy, the flat